What's up, everybody? You are listening to Two Girls with Cancer. I'm your host, Becky. I'm here with
Ashley.
And we've got an episode today about yeast. You wouldn't think that that's an episode, right? Why would
You
we
wouldn't.
talk about yeast? Yeast goes in food. It makes bread rise. But did you know it can live in your body?
And it lives everywhere in your body. And usually when I think whenever somebody hears yeast, they always think yeast infections in women's vagina, but no, it can actually live everywhere in your mouth. What did you say, ringworm?
Yeah, ringworm is a type. It's a type of fungus.
Yeah.
Yeast is a type of
Because
fungus.
yeast is fungus, yeah.
Yeah, which is rashes. It's not a worm at all.
Yeah,
It's
you can have it on your skin.
I had them so bad like this.
Your bloodstream.
Remember that when I was in chemo, I had those two big circles there, and it looked like I had. I honestly thought I'd had maybe like a EKG or something where they were checking my heart, and they had left the stickers on like the little notes. And that's what people kept asking me. They're like, "Did you have?" And I said, "No, I didn't."
Yeah.
And they think it was maybe like from my bra strap had. If there was like any sort of wetness or
moisture,
bacteria or whatever on there, then it caused that, or any fungus.
And then you're immune compromised, right? So then you're
super immune compromised.
right. I still am, apparently, because I'm suffering with, so they found the yeast in my intestinal tract. So it's all in my bowels, intestines, colon. But the crazy thing with that, so once yeast is in your body, it's going to go through your whole body. And it is hard to get rid of. So the biggest thing for yeast is it's kind of like cancer, where it feeds off sugar, and it's any kind of sugar. So cutting out like your fruits, anything that pretty much has sugar in it, right?
Fruit is such a debated topic though, because I've had practitioners that say go ahead with fruit. It does not feed anything. Like when I did my food sensitivity test a couple months ago, yeast came back. Candida came back saying that I was reacting to the candida in my body. And so he wanted me off of all sugars. Refined sugar we know, but all like agave,
everything,
maple syrup, everything but honey. He said honey doesn't affect it, and neither does fruit, but the other sugars do, like cane sugar. Even though I was eating like organic cane sugar, organic coconut sugar. So I don't really know about fruit. That one is confusing to me.
I mean, I think it's just all sugars, right? What they say, because there's sugar in everything. That's why they're like, eat meat and vegetables.
This is why I'm such a believer in the carnivore diet. I love it. I think it's so healing. Like people with suffering from PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, they say that they should eat a carnivore diet for just an extended period of time to rebalance those hormones, because what's happening in their ovaries is probably major inflammation. It's causing excess weight, excess body hair, facial hair, things like that. So probably very painful periods, and I think infertility, like all kinds of horrible stuff with PCOS. So if anyone's listening, again, I'm no doctor. We've stopped saying that, actually. We are not doctors. We don't know anything about anything.
Put it in the bio.
Just not doctors.
This is our personal experience, and throughout the whole cancer journey for me, I've suffered with it. There was mold, yeast in my bloodstream, and it once again is, but my immune system has never really been able to bounce back yet because of my liver too.
Can you imagine, like, cancer can't take you down, but yeast can?
Because it is actually a silent killer, because it attacks your organs, and people, once it's in your body, it is hard to get rid of. That's why, like, when I did my last year, when I did my treatment to get rid of it, I didn't quit my fruit. You know, I didn't. But now it's like, do I do it this time because I'm still struggling with it and my immune system's not working, right? I'm gonna try it.
Could try.
I'm gonna give it a try because I don't know what else to do.
You don't know. So when we were saying yeast and candida, so candida can live in your body. It's an overgrowth, right? When you have excessive yeast, it's an overgrowth in the candida. If you've heard of candida diet, this is what we're talking about here. It can live in things like your mouth, your digestive tract, on your skin. Like Ashley was saying, yeast infections for vaginal, but it's not just that, athlete's foot, jock itch. Like it can be anywhere. People can have yeast infections or yeast reactions anywhere on their body. So, you know, I think for women it's very common because it's like a wet folded area. So that's right. Naturally it's gonna get, you know, real warm and moist
fungus
in there.
Needs dampness to grow and repopulate.
And if you've ever baked anything like bread that needed yeast, you need it in a warm, dark, damp environment for it to grow, right? So.
Yeah. And normally, if you have a good functioning body, it will be able to kill it and get rid of it or stop it from growing, because we all have bacteria and yeast in our areas, in our bodies, but it's just when it gets out of hand and it overgrows.
Which is pretty common too.
Yep.
Some of the ways that yeast starts to get out of hand or can grow in your body, a big one is taking antibiotics.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Obviously anti is the opposite of probiotics. So when you're taking an antibiotic, it really is killing all of the gut flora in your body, which is very important. So they say when you're taking antibiotics, you really should be boosting your body afterward with tons of probiotics, some fermented foods, things that are healing to your body. Although when you saw Dr. Greg, that's a shared practitioner of ours, he was saying you got to be careful with some fermented foods because it can create a lot of gas as well. If your body's not moving, passing like
properly, like how mine is. You guys can't see it, but she's big right now.
So if you're not, coming out one end, it's just going to fill up because of the fermentation process. If you think of anything that's fermented, it's bubbly, right? It's like almost carbonated, right? Like sauerkraut
causes the gas.
Kombucha, even I think beer is
because it has yeast in it.
Not? Yeah. And man, beer makes you bloat up.
I love my beer and clam. Well, I used to.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Ooh, no, like a Caesar or Bloody Mary. If
love Caesars too, but vodka and beer was my thing back in the day.
No, thank you. So I think you probably should definitely cut out tomatoes because they're very high in sugar and also very high in acid. Yeah. So if you're having some stomach or intestinal upset, maybe tomatoes might be one that you want to get rid of. Other things that can cause yeast overgrowth: high sugar and refined carbs in your diet. So when we say sugar, we don't just mean sugar cubes that you put in your coffee. We're talking breads and
gluten.
Yeah, gluten in general is pretty terrible. But the refined stuff, the processed, your bleached flours, like
anything white pastas. Even rice, but that one's not as bad, is what Dr. Greg said to me.
Yeah, I think rice in small doses
is okay. That's what he said.
And potatoes apparently is one of the better ones to have. If you're going to have a carb, a potato is one of your better ones. Just as far as manageability in your body, how your body's going to tolerate it, how you're going to pass it, which is great news for me because I love a potato.
Right? I never used to eat them, and then I started eating them again. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't want to get fat.
But you're drinking beer?
But I was in good shape before. I was able to work out. Had my little guilty pleasure.
Gone are those days.
Yeah, those are. Like, look at this.
I wish I had those days.
What is this now?
We're sitting here today. We're like,
should we even wear this?
Should we put on long?
I mean, I used to have muscles, and now it's like my legs are so skinny. It's so bad.
Lots of time in your 100 years that you're gonna live to get fit again.
Yep.
And this is just a season, right?
It is.
This is a short
I gotta remind myself that.
It's been a 1.5 year season. In the course of 80, 90, 100 years, 1.5 years is really not that much. So
it's just looking at it and you're like, oh,
I know.
That's why I'm holding my
You're like, oh, don't look at me. I'll just edit it from here up and it'll be fine.
This is this.
By the way, we have not talked about the elephant in the room. So we've moved the table around. We want natural light here. There's no ring light on us today. This is all natural light. So we're really happy about that. However, you have the wall. So I have a lot of wigs, as everyone knows, and I'm a full Phyllis today, full Karen. It's not even, I tried to style it.
It looks good.
It is what it is. But our next episode that we're going to be recording is going to be on wigs. So I figured what better idea than to bring it into here where we're recording. We're going to try on a bunch of different ones. I brushed them all.
I don't even know if I've worn maybe.
It's exciting.
One.
It's so fun to be somebody else for a minute. That's why I have so many, and they're all different. As you can see, like not one of them. Well, maybe these three kind of look similar.
See what that one looks like.
A little brown one. Yeah.
Does that have the bangs? That one?
Oh yeah. Like short bangs. Like.
Yep.
I mean, I've never worn it, but my friends have worn it, and they all look super cute. And all my dark hair friends.
I'm excited.
But yeah, so that's what's going on right here. They will not be there in future
I mean,
episodes.
even if they were there, it's cute. It's cute.
Like our new background.
Yeah.
But really, we need a green screen. We need to figure out how studio spaces work.
We started. We're here.
You know what? This is episode 13. 12? 13. 13?
I think it's 13.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's awesome. We're still doing it.
Look at us sticking with something. Not giving up. Good for us.
Well, there has been, like, the last few weeks, our health has not been where we want it to. And it's just exhaustion and sleeping for days. But
sleep.
Sleep
or no sleeping.
Right? Well, I love mine. I
love it.
But getting to sleep for you?
I said to my kid last night, I need to go to bed at 10 tonight. This was last night. Because I have the other podcast that's 7 a.m.
Right.
And I said I also have a bunch of recording with Ashley. And it's all going to go down in the morning and I need to go to bed. Well, didn't 1 o'clock roll around and I'm still up. Why?
Oh, wait.
No
It's hard, right?
I know. So
but also when you don't have like that routine or that schedule of like a set 9 to 5 or whatever. Yeah, right? Like it makes it harder. For me, I love my sleep though. So, and with my body, I love being in bed by 7 p.m. It's just where my body needs to be. And I was so hard on myself for so long, but I'm like, you know what?
Give yourself some grace. You deserve it.
That's another thing we don't do is give ourselves enough credit. And just recently, because I've kind of slipped out of being that little positive person I was, because we all
went to a dark hole again a little bit.
Yeah, I did, because we're only human, and you get scared with things that are happening in your life or not happening, or why aren't you getting better, and all these questions. But I keep reminding myself that I have to be proud of my body and proud of myself for where I am. I almost wasn't here.
Totally.
You almost weren't here, and it's like the biggest thing is give yourself praise.
Yes.
Don't be full of yourself. Still be humble, but give yourself that hype that it needs to keep going.
Yeah. I had counseling on Friday. She had said something about that, she can tell that I'm hard on myself. I don't give myself enough credit and things like that. Because I made a comment like, I've been off work for a year and a bit and like, what have I done? I'm not overly fit. I haven't slept.
But that's because we were those women prior.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and then she said, I'm sorry, do you think you were just on vacation? And I said, no, absolutely not on vacation. She's like, so if you needed to sleep on your couch for a year, that's okay. Like, yeah, right? You're right. That is okay. So that's my homework for the month, is to work on grace for myself, because I'm really hard on myself. Like not a lot of people can say like, hey, I went through stage 3, stage 4 cancer and came out on the other side. Like, I'm still struggling along the way, but not a lot of people can say that they went through that. And
are still here to talk about it.
Yeah. So like, let's shut up about being
like
angry with ourselves.
Look at me sit.
Whatever. I got big arms. Whatever it is. What it is.
Like I just can sit like I'm a pregnant woman, but I'm not pregnant.
Like holding your belly.
I do this a lot, but and like in my mind, the body shaming. It's hard.
Look, I'm gonna say it, okay? And maybe this sounds arrogant or whatever, full of ourselves, but you and I, like, we're hot. like I don't mean it like that, but
we're good looking women.
You and I are used to getting a lot of male attention, I'm sure.
Back in the day, I had no problem.
I didn't know you prior to getting sick, but I certainly have never had a problem getting male attention.
No.
I think we're probably used to
seeing ourselves in a different light.
I think things come a little bit easier for really pretty people. Like, I hate to say that, but I think it's true. And I mean, I didn't.
But then there's those crazy jealous women that are.
Well, yeah, whatever. I don't care about anything. But I just think that like you and I are holding ourselves to a different standard because we were that way. And you like, I go back a few years on Instagram and I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I was looking at those pictures prior and like my training days when I was in the gym, because that was my life.
Yeah.
And I do not look like that.
Should we post a picture on our Instagrams of like our best photo ever taken? Yeah. I know I showed one to, I think it was my husband's friend the other day, and he was like, that's you. And I was like,
it's pre-cancer.
Pre-cancer, being in a happy relationship.
Right.
Something about being in a relationship that makes you stuff your face.
It's when you're living in flight or fight and always sad or worried or walking on eggshells, it's not until you're in a good, happy relationship too. Even that could be sideways because you're just happy, you just want to eat. Right?
I think I was just comfortable. Like, I had more of a routine because my boyfriend had a routine. My boyfriend has, well, my husband, he has a very strong routine. I think it was just that, like, hey, let's go for a meal. Hey, let's not do anything today. Let's just stay home and watch a movie and get, snacks and popcorn, and you compound that over and over and over again. Where before, when I was like in my dating world, casual dating, it was like, okay, I'm going here, I gotta work, I gotta get a babysitter, I gotta go here, I gotta take my kids to the park, I gotta go. And it was like constant. And then finally it was like, okay, I'll just put the kids to bed and we can just chill. Right. So yeah, I think it's like something about being a little bit more sedentary when you're in a happy relationship. And I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'd almost rather be
happy.
Well, not almost rather, I 100% would rather be happy and comfortable than, a prettier version of myself, but uncomfortable or living in chaos. So,
like, we're pretty fortunate. We have good relationships where we're in, where they love us for us. Or, like, it's not. I have been in relationships where I've had to change who I was, and like.
I hear that.
Or even surrounding yourself with the wrong people. You have to change for friends groups, and it's like, no. Sometimes I have, but will I ever do that again? Absolutely not. Never again.
It's time for that.
If you don't like me for like passionate, crazy woman I am, then get out of here.
Yesterday when I was doing research for one of the topics we're going to record later today, it was saying things about needing, how did they put it, like security through your work. Like, it was talking about different securities that you need, and work is one of them. And that's like having close friendships at work and feeling secure at your work. And I never had that at my job. Like, well, really, at any of my jobs, but like the last one that I was at, I never had that. And it's like, for a year that I worked there, really feeling like, why doesn't nobody here like me? Like, I'm a likable person. Like, I'm a nice person.
Because a lot of people are threatened.
Oh, I don't even know. I have no idea what it was. Because it's like there was nobody else in my position. Like, I was the only one who did my job. So it's not like I was taking work from anybody. But I just didn't fit in. And I think there's really something about that weakens your immune system. In fact, it said like that loneliness. Because
you're questioning yourself all the time.
That loneliness and that isolation actually causes inflammation and weakens your immune system. And like, shocker, sad. I got sick during that time. No, and not to say that anything that happened at work caused me to get sick. You're predisposed to these things, or you're destined for whatever. But I'm not surprised that my immune system was weakened by that, because every day was stressful. It was like, hey, is anyone going to talk to me today? Like, do I have to like go sit by myself? And I hate that, because that
makes me worry for our babies.
Well, my kids are very social, so I'm not worried about them. But I'm also very social.
Well, see?
So I don't know. Anyway, not to bash anybody, but it's like...
Don't you just love how our topics go from yeast to
social isolation?
Our episodes, I love it. I don't know if you guys do, but
why even have a topic, really? Why
honestly, I think when we were discussing about what should we do, and I'm like, well, let's just be organic for one of them, because
everything is organic that we do.
Right. But like, do we need a topic?
Not really. Well, it's funny that we were talking about weak immune system, because the next thing on my list of things that can bring about yeast in your body is a weak immune system. So
that's like one of the it did. That's like one of the. When I was talking to one of the naturopath doctors about it, and she was like, yeah, if your immune system, that's your defense, right? If it's not working, it's not going to be able to fight. Sorry. I'm like, my brain, like, what's the word? Fight. It's not going to be able to fight. And like some things that help. Did you want to talk about the...
Yeah, well, I will just finish that list here. Other things that can cause yeast in your body: a high alcohol lifestyle, your consumption, birth control. Who knew? How many girls are on birth controls? If my girls ever asked.
No.
Diabetes can cause stress. Diabetes can cause... Let's try that again. Diabetes can cause yeast in your body, and then of course stress can cause yeast in your body. And then back with the food, dairy is very high in inflammation, so I'm not surprised there. And processed meats, which are my absolute favorite.
I love my roast beef and honey ham.
I like more of the salami, like cold cuts, pepperonis, and
I actually like bologna too.
It's not bad. I don't even hate Spam.
I love it. Oh my god, I haven't had it in a long time, but I love that or fried spam with some mayo.
I worked with a bunch of Filipino people and they always talked about it. They're like, just go buy some and fry it. And I did. And I was like, oh my God. It's like bologna, but like squishier.
My brother-in-law likes it too.
It's not bad.
I'm glad I'm not the only weird one.
But spam is terrible for you. If you're trying to heal from cancer, do not eat spam.
I wouldn't recommend. I haven't had it in years. Since prior to this.
Anything I think that comes from a can, I would say maybe avoid because there's a lot of crap.
The only thing that I've been eating from a can lately is just tuna. Because some days I need my protein. So this is where I do my balance, and I'm just like, well, I don't have energy today. I'm going to open a can of tuna.
You're not going to go ocean fishing and catch your own.
I would wish I could. I would
reel
love
in
to.
a 400-pound piece of meat.
Right?
Yeah, that would be nice. If anyone wants to do that and send that to us, I am totally fine with that.
I'm down for anything. I will cook and make those videos for you and do whatever you need to send it.
We'll do the ASMR, the food eating one.
Right?
It'd just be like...
But people love it.
People do love it, yeah.
People do.
So,
okay.
Yes. Some common signs. Let me try that another time. We're struggling.
That's a hard thing. That's okay. We're not editing any of this day.
Oh,
so.
are we not? Okay. Okay.
We'll enjoy this, or enjoy it, guys.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Some common signs of yeast overgrowth or candida in your body include... I'll let you do this.
Oh, gosh.
Can you read my writing? It's so bad.
I can't read it. Oh, thrust in the mouth.
Thrush,
like, yeah. I actually, and this, I know it's so bad. I hate talking about it because I'm so embarrassed. But since in the last few days, I started getting bumps in my mouth. And it's like, what? What is this? So thrust in your mouth, it's a big one.
Thrush is painful.
It is very painful.
So painful.
And you need to actually sterilize your toothbrush because it's one of the hardest ones to get rid of.
Really? I had it the first...
I don't even kiss my son. I don't even touch him.
No, don't. It's not
because
worth it.
Obviously he doesn't have an immune system like me, but I don't want him getting anything.
No. The first few days of chemo, I got it, and my tongue just kept getting whiter and whiter.
That's like mine right now.
And by like day 6, I was in so much pain. Plus the cankers. I probably had like
I have
cankers in there.
3, 2 on the top, 1 on the side. I showed you, and then on the roof right now. And I'm like,
so painful. Well, you know what? They prescribed me a mouthwash. It's called Dr. Akabudu's mouthwash.
I'm sorry?
Dr. Akabudu. He's a Canadian man, and he created this blend. The compound pharmacies have to make it for you.
Interesting.
Things like lidocaine and nystatin.
Does it have, hold on, I was doing my research.
Yeah, lidocaine, nystatin, probably some sort of like menthol or maybe something that's anti-inflammatory and antiviral or antifungal. I don't know. Maybe oregano. I'm not entirely sure, but I do know that it helped. It numbs your mouth, even just temporarily, but after a couple days it was gone, and what a relief. And I had to have that all through chemo. Nothing was as bad as that first round, but I always had it on hand, except for the last round. I didn't need it at all. But yeah, your tongue, it would get white, and it would almost look cracked, and it would be sticky, and you would like talk, and it'd be like you just ate peanut butter. Oh, it's disgusting. I remember I had it when London, my kid, was a baby, and I was breastfeeding. She got it in her mouth, and so I got it on my nipples. So, and then the doctor had told me to stop breastfeeding. Yeah. But no, I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to go through it because breast milk is like the best elixir of life. And
I couldn't
and I lost my milk after that. Yeah. Oh, I didn't really want to breastfeed.
I didn't either. I ended up getting really sick, and this was pre-cancer, but I ended up getting really sick after I had my son. My father passed away 2 weeks after my son was born, and then the day he passed away was the day I landed in the hospital for like a month. So it was, and then I kept trying to pump, and it depleted. It was all gone. So my poor baby had to be a formula baby, but he's fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah. You know? It
is what it is. Like, yeah, ideally we could breastfeed till our kids are 2 years old, but like
some women
who wants to do that?
Breastfeed till their kids like 4.
Okay. They say that
I know a story, but I don't want
to. Yeah. They say that the world average is around 3. But like, I think they're really taking into account a lot of underdeveloped countries where the food supply is not as bountiful as here.
Well, if you can breastfeed and you enjoy it, do it for as long as you can for your babies because it's good for them.
It is very good for them.
Right.
I hated it though.
So, well, mine's more on the other side, but so it causes bloating, constipation, rashes, mood swings, joint pain, hair and skin issues, digestive issues. What's that one?
Recurring genital infections or urinary tract. They said the urinary tract are a lot less common.
Because
quite likely urinary tract infections are caused by E. coli virus or bacteria. I don't know.
Bacteria. I'm pretty sure it's bacteria. I haven't had one like through this journey that I've been on for 2 months now, or a month and a half ish. I have never, and even prior when I had it, did you have it? Because I never had a.
What UTIs?
Yeah.
Like a small amount.
I haven't yet.
Not many yeast infections though, like up until during chemo too, but even before I ever got sick, literally every period I would get one.
You know what's crazy?
TMI with Becky.
Actually, I'm going to say it too, and I hate to say it, but my whole life, and I told Dr. Greg this, that I suffered off and on with yeast infection. He was like, and he was like, that's so interesting, because that could have brought on our cancers too. Who knows? Probably. Right? And I was like,
it really does weaken your immune system.
I thought it was just my shitty boyfriend at the time always cheating on me.
You thought it was chlamydia every time?
No, but I was, because, can I say this? I don't know, dirty dick.
Wow. I need a drink after that.
We should probably cut this one out. But come on, girls, are you not with me here when if guys?
No. I'm in a very stable marriage. No.
I was I was in a good relationship, I thought.
I could see getting in my head. I remember being pregnant with my first and it being very sore to have sex whilst pregnant. And the doctor was like, I need to ask you something. You're like, yeah, go ahead. He's like, is there a chance that your husband's cheating on you? And I was like, what? As I'm like 30 weeks pregnant. I was like, why would you ask that?
The doctor asked me too.
He's like, it could be chlamydia. I'm like, oh my God, check me. Right. And it wasn't at all. It's just because things shift and change and get swollen while you're pregnant.
But that's another, and I am sorry if you guys are offended by what I said, but it happens and it's unfortunate. It's just like having too many partners. You know, it's going to mess up your insides.
To catch something.
Well, yeah. Or it's also like women are so sensitive down there.
Yes,
you know?
Are. Well, like you can
and you're putting in something different all the time, or you know what I mean? Okay, let's just edit this out.
No way. This is gold. These are reels that I need. This is going on Instagram, TikTok, all the things.
My mom's like, Ashley.
Well, I mean, you have a kid, she knows.
I'm just being real. This happens to women.
Well, they say like with BV, we've talked about this before, bacterial vaginosis, it's from a pH difference between, you know, either foreign things going in there, whether that's like water or
douching,
whatever. Who does that? Or partners or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Okay, we have some water.
Let's all take a break here. Let's take a water break. Oh boy.
I'm sweating.
Is that anxiety?
I think so. To post this video, people are like, oh my God.
We're going to take a quick break to tell you about one of our amazing partners that we have products that we love from them. That did not flow. We're going to tell you about some products that we really love after the break. Juicing is a great way to load up on vitamins and minerals and electrolytes without having to eat an absolute ton of fruit and veggies during the day. Many cancer patients have turned to juicing when they've gotten sick because they've heard of the healing properties of juicing. That's why we're so excited to partner with Nama Juicers to bring you deals on these amazing products. Go to namawell.com and use discount code LACOSTE10 for 10% off of your order. This particular model is the Nama J2 juicer, which is their top of the line unit. All right, Ashley and I have composed ourselves here.
Yep.
Maybe. Maybe. So some other common signs.
I'm still sweating.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so some other common signs of yeast overgrowth in your body. Let me turn. I ran out of space here. Anxiety and depression. That one is so interesting.
Yeah.
Eczema, whatever you call it, psoriasis, so skin issues, autoimmune diseases. And excessive sugar or salt cravings, or well, sugar and carb cravings. I don't know where I said salt from, why I said salt. Anyway, sugar and carb cravings. So all of these things can also be linked, and we've talked about this many times, that like if you put something in your body, you know, you're gonna react a certain way to it, right? Like you are what you eat. If you're gonna eat really crappy foods that are causing yeast overgrowth and everything, like no wonder you're gonna have anxiety and depression. Like I wonder, the
it's
amount
causing
of people,
the unbalance in your body.
I would love to see some statistics or some further research on people who are clinically depressed or who have anxiety, people who have to be on medications for it, what their gut flora looks like, what their diets look like, if they were on birth control, how many times have they taken antibiotics, things like that. All things that my naturopath asked me actually when I had a thing with him. Right over there.
I'm still laughing about earlier. Okay. Sorry, what were you saying?
Anxiety and depression. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
You go ahead. What else do you have? She's got notes here on her phone.
Because I forgot. Because my brain doesn't work and I forgot the notepad. Well, pretty much we touched on our immune system, starving the yeast, cutting out the sugars. And then did you write down for what to do to get rid of it?
No, I didn't write down at all what to do to get rid of it, other than, I mean, abstinence from certain foods obviously is one of them.
The sugars.
A Candida diet, you can Google it. It is a very tough protocol. I have friends who have been on it and they swear by it. The weight that they lost,
when you texted me, I went and Googled. I was like, she's like, let's do it. And I'm like,
meat and veg, basically. Not even all veg, nothing starchy, meat and like lettuce.
Oh my god,
it's tough.
It's gonna be hard. Like I'm gonna do probably the best I can.
I mean, the thing is, you have to live a little still. There's such a balance between like, do I want to eradicate everything negative in my life and have no quality of life, or do I want to like slowly do that but also have quality in my life? I guess it depends, like, how badly
but do what's best for your body. Like in the beginning of us, like with Dr. Greg trying to eliminate in my body, we did garlic and oil of oregano because that's something to help kill the yeast. And right now it stopped working on me.
I think it was just maybe too much at once. And I almost wonder if it disrupted the yeast.
Yeah. And then it started growing like,
like I wonder as it's
like
moving out of your body, if it's now become not stagnant, but maybe stagnant in different parts of your body as it's trying to be eradicated.
Well, remember how sick I was last week?
Yeah, but because there's like such a plug in your body and your digestive system isn't moving the way that it should, I wonder if in an effort to get rid of the yeast, it's now implanted itself in different areas of your intestines. For
me, I'm just a different case. Like my body's different, but do what works best for your body. Oil of oregano and garlic, a probiotic. If it's women, there is a good floral women's probiotic that will help. What did I say?
Floral. Flowers.
Go get that flower probiotic. Smell fresh.
Flowers right up there.
Okay. Oh yes, God, this one.
There's a good flora probiotic.
I've been sleeping for 2 days and my brain's trying to work now. Also, I eat every single day. I eat a tablespoon. I should do more, but it's hard to swallow the coconut oil. I just swallow it back with water.
Yeah, that's supposed to be antiviral,
antifungal and all that stuff. And a big one, which we also are partnered with, is bone broth. Bone broth is really, really good because not only do you want to work on killing the yeast, but you also have to bring up your immune system so that it can start working again. So even vitamin C, a higher dose of vitamin C and vitamin D and bone broth. That's what I'm doing right now.
Well, the thing about bone broth is that it's high in protein. It's so easy on your body.
Collagen.
It's full of collagen.
Minerals.
Did I say protein? I said protein.
I think so.
Yeah, minerals. It's just really easy on your guts. I think that's the big thing, is like you're getting the benefits of basically eating meat. It's kind of like juicing. Like you're getting the benefits without obviously
eating.
You're missing out on some fiber and things like that, but it's really, really easy on your system, and it is very healing for your, especially for someone with like leaky gut, which I venture to guess that we all have, but I venture to guess that you have.
Probably.
Which is probably why you're blowing up all the time.
I'm a mess. I hope one day, though, it fixes itself. And I think that's all I had written down.
Yeah. So that is yeast. So to recap, get off of birth control. Mm-hmm. Get off of the high sugary and high carb foods. Refined carbs are the enemy, as we know.
Surreptides. Surreptides? Did I say it properly?
Surreptase?
Yeah. This is another thing to add to help kill the yeast.
Serrapeptase.
That's it. I don't exactly know the dosage. I still have to do some more research on it, but definitely look into that.
So when I got put on this, it was this and a Candida spray. And it was because I had Candida overgrowth back then. So definitely take it. Yep. Try it. I mean, at this point, you know, when you're desperate, like we try anything.
Well, look at the 100 supplements I was on.
Yeah. And you did an amazing job. And now it's like just tailoring it to figure out which ones are going to work for you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, I hope you guys took something from this episode, even though it was like very disjointed and kind of all over the place, as classic Becky and Ashley form. But yeah, yeast is no good for your body.
Silent killer. Yeah. So if you have it, don't take it lightly. No. Definitely go and
clean it out.
Yeah, because even if you're on antibiotics, that's going to destroy, it's going to mess up everything.
If you're someone who takes antibiotics frequently,
that's not, you need to add a probiotic, definitely.
And heal your gut, because your guts are probably hurting and you're probably suffering with a lot of yeast overgrowth. A lot of infections, a lot of like white tongue. Like,
I don't want to stick mine out, but
I don't know. Check it in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, take a look at your tongue. They also say you can spit into a cup with your morning spit. And I can't remember what it is. Like if it snakes or something, like when it drops down, if it's like,
I'm going to be spitting tomorrow and sending you the photo.
In the next episode, I will explain that because I will do my research on that.
Spit in a cup.
Spit in a cup tomorrow. Right. All right. Well, that's it for us. Join us next time when we talk about wigs, and that's it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hope you guys have a good day. To our local besties, we are so excited to announce that we have partnered with Wishbone Wellness. She is a local business that delivers to Edmonton and surrounding areas. She has so many amazing products. You guys definitely should check it out. Bone broth helps with gut health and digestion, contains anti-aging properties, supports immune function and joint health, high in protein, collagen, vitamins, and minerals. You will receive 10% off with our discount code.